Hey guys, so I'm pretty much redoing the video that I made yesterday about the synchronicity between Don't Look Up and Jennifer Lawrence and Venus and Roses and the earthquake that happened to me or during my live stream on this date actually. So the reason why I'm remaking this video is because I got a little too excited yesterday and I missed really key details. So yeah, I just wanted to do it again and make sure I got everything, just made sure that I didn't miss anything. So as you can see, Rose equals 51 and 24, and I'm connecting it to the earthquake that happened during my live stream. I was calling it undeniable proof of God's existence, and I still stand by that. So some backstory behind it. This was the live stream that I was doing with my friend AJ, and we were reviewing his book called Fool's Gold. And as you can see, it was on 5/1/24, just like how Rose equals 5/1/24. And what happened was he was talking about this stuff right here, and he was right when he was saying the word corona, as it was coming out of his mouth, you'll see, I'll show it in a little bit, but at Zenith of the Alpha, he pointed out to me that right at 1 hour and 54 minutes into the stream, that's when I point out the earthquake, and AJ saying the word corona. The earthquake happened to be all the articles say that it was in near Corona, California. So right when he's saying the word Corona, there's an earthquake near Corona, California, and I pointed out at 1 hour 54 minutes into the stream. And what made that so crazy is that Corona, California equals 154. So that 154 is going to be important for this stuff with Don't Look Up because of what happens at 1 hour 54 minutes into the movie. I'll show that in a second, but let me just go over some of the things I was sharing with Jennifer Lawrence. It has to do with Venus, and her character's name is Kate Dibiasky, and Kate Dibiasky, with the title of the movie, it equals 1225 in Latin, and that is the magic square. The sum of the magic square of Venus sums to 1225. So it's all the numbers between 1 and 49 consecutively, and when you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way to 49, wherever it is, right here, it equals 1225. Just like the date of Christmas on 12/25. And in the movie, Casey Jones pointed this out to me, which is great. So she's dating Timothy Chalamet, and his character's name is Yule, like Yuletide, like Christmas. So thank you to Casey for that. And keep in mind that the running time of the movie is 138 minutes. That points to Venus because of the Venus, the rose pentagram of Venus that's created. It's formed by this 13:8 ratio, Earth, Venus to Earth, 13:8, and just to make it a little bit more visual for you, I'll type in Venus, Rose. So you can see that's what it makes in the sky because of that 13:8 ratio. So there's so many things pointing to Venus, and roses are totally symbolic of Venus. So now let's watch here. You're gonna see at 1 hour 54. Just watch.
do you say? This is Kate. We got those bags. Nice to meet you.
So he is introducing Jennifer Lawrence to his wife, and he's holding a bouquet of roses. And then, oh whatever. But yeah, so he's holding a bouquet of roses. I'm gonna take forever. And also Timothy Chalamet comes in, just like how I mentioned Casey Jones, his connection that he made with Yul and Yuletide. And also this character, I'm just gonna show her. Okay, so this character, Zenith, he pointed out to me yesterday that she plays a character named Rose in 2.5 Men. So she, like right here, all this happening at 1 hour 54. This girl who, she plays the character of Rose in 2.5 Men, and her name is June Mindy, I think. And then he comes in with the bouquet of roses.
This is Kate.
And then he introduces Jennifer Lawrence, and then Yul. Like, oh my god, it was so crazy. So the 154. Now watch my live stream. So you're gonna see the earthquake happen. Just watch.
Make sure to look up CladeX, which was a global pandemic simulation, which took place exactly 666 days before the CDC and the WHO declared coronavirus a global pandemic.
There's an earthquake right now.
No shit.
Yeah. Okay, so you saw that was right at 1 hour 54 minutes into the stream, and he was talking about this. This is what he was talking about. This was a pandemic exercise that was conducted 666 days before C-Rona. Remember, the earthquake was in Corona, and he was talking about C-Rona virus. That's what made this really crazy. So, but he was talking about this exercise it took place on May 15th, 2018. So, just, also, the title of his book was Fool's Gold, which equals 138. So, Jennifer Lawrence, her birthday, she was born August 15th, 1990. And so now look at Clade, that was what he was talking about, CladeX, equals 333 in Latin. So when you go from her birth, Jennifer Lawrence's birth, to CladeX is 333 months. So that's what he was talking about, literally right when the earthquake happened at 1 hour 54 into the stream. And then 1 hour and 54 into the movie, Leonardo DiCaprio comes in, introduces her with roses to his wife who used to play the character Rose, and Yuletide. And remember what I just showed you, that Rose equals 51 and 24. And that was the day of the earthquake. It was on 5/1/24. Okay? And just to move on, what makes this crazier is that this is from Cody's channel. So he let me come onto his stream on May 6th, because on May 5th, Zenith told me about all this on May 5th. I told Cody, and I was like freaking out, and he let me come on his stream the next day to share my story. But we weren't working on this at all. he made this decode called Run for the Roses about the Kentucky Derby. He made this completely separately from me. We didn't work on it at all. And I didn't even when the earthquake happened, I didn't even make any connections to the roses. But Cody was talking about roses at the beginning of May because this video right here, I was on his stream again the day before the earthquake. So he was kind of already...
Your slides are much...
This was on April 30th. So he was already like seeing the symbolism with the like roses and May and flowers, Queen. So he was already like, that was before the day before the earthquake. And then he did the decode on the Kentucky Derby and the Run for the Roses. So he just made the decode and then he was gonna let me come on at the end just to share my story. So we did not coordinate that at all, like at all. So I'm about to show you also where I like I initially got this like information from 7-1. Like I had this like rose information, so 7-1, and keep in mind the number 261. So when the earthquake happened, it was on May 1st, like I said, the 122nd day of the year, on a leap year. So the prime factorization of 122 is 2 times 61, and when you look at the 2601, that's the 51st square. So I knew there was like this connection with the 5-1 May 1st and this 261. So what this is 7-1, he's like pretty much discovered that the symbol of the Rosicrucian cross, that's like a tongue twister, the Rosicrucian cross, right? It stems from the study of cymatics, which is this image right here, and this is at 261 hertz, which is, that looks like the rose cross. See? And it's middle C. So the 261, and then the stuff with the roses, Rosicrucian cross, and yeah, so again the earthquake was on 5/1/24 rose, and then that synchronicity with the movie with the roses. And just to go even further, so this video that Seven made, it was about Kobe Bryant and his Venus ritual for his highest scoring game, which was his 666th career game, where he scored 81 points. Okay, for one, he pointed out that Venus equals 81, right? And it was on, the game was on January 22nd, 122, and they his team won with 122 points. So remember what I showed you about the 122, that May 1st, the day that the earthquake happened this year, is 122nd day of the year. And then when you look at the date, another huge detail is that in that game, the star player of the other team was Jalen Rose. So that's who he beat on his highest scoring game ever. He scored 81 points. Venus equals 81. on 122. They won with 122 points. It's so insane. And when you look at the date, look at the date again, January 22nd, 2006. So this is the date, 1/22/06. Keep this in mind. So I'm gonna have to type it out. So when you go from when Don't Look Up released on Netflix, which was December 24th, 2021, and then when you go to the earthquake? Yeah. And then when you go to the earthquake, that happened during my live stream, it was 122 weeks and 6 days. That matches the score of the game. See that? It totally matches the score of the game. There's no doubt about it. 100% matches the score of the game, where Kobe scored 81 points, Venus equals 81 against Jalen Rose, and 122. May 1st was the 122nd day of the year. 122 is 2 times 61 and 7/1. He pointed out that 261 hertz creates the middle rose, or the middle C, rose, like the rose cross, the Rosicrucian rosy cross. It's all there. It's crazy. Like, and to top it off, I don't even know if I have it. Oh my god, did I delete it? Yeah, Rosy Cross. Rosy Cross is 13:08, like the 13:8 ratio. Venus to Earth ratio, which forms the Venus rose in the sky. Venus rose in the sky, 13:8 ratio. And Don't Look Up has a running time